You've probably never questioned this. A tiger can weigh several hundred kilograms. A pride of lions can bring down prey far heavier than any one lion. Wolves can also tackle surprisingly large prey, but they usually solve that problem differently, and even the biggest ones look almost delicate standing next to a big cat. So you assume dogs just hit some evolutionary ceiling that cats never did. We were wrong about that. Not slightly wrong, completely wrong. Because a giant dog already existed. It was called Epicyon haydeni, and it was about the size of a grizzly bear. And once you know that, the whole question flips. If nature already built a giant dog, why doesn't one exist today? Epicyon spent millions of years as a real, successful predator spread across much of North America during the Miocene. No failed experiment, no evolutionary dead end waiting to happen. So the real question was never why dogs couldn't get big. It's why that experiment ended. Picture them, standing next to each other. Both predators, both capable of killing something far bigger than themselves, both from the same broad branch of mammals. But their bodies don't follow the same rules. The tiger is built like a compact powerhouse. The wolf has a body plan well suited to efficient, long-distance movement. The claim isn't that every cat beats every dog. It's stranger. The cat lineage has produced giants again and again. Lions, tigers, and jaguars, while no living wild canid comes close. So what makes one lineage keep reaching for enormous bodies, while the other one, mostly, stopped? The answer starts tens of millions of years earlier, back when the ancestors of every cat and dog alive today were still part of the same big family tree. At some point, that family split down the middle. Scientists call the two branches Feliformia and Caniformia, but really, it's just everything that became cat and everything that became dog. From there, the two sides just kept drifting further apart, generation after generation, shaped by completely different pressures. Their bodies changed, their diets changed, even their behavior changed. Epicyon came out of the dog side of that split, from an extinct branch called Borophaginae, a surprisingly diverse family that included some genuinely powerful bone-crushing predators. But ancestry alone doesn't explain the size gap. Something happened after the split. Diet offers one clue. Cats, as a family, are picky eaters built almost entirely around meat. Dogs are far more flexible. Some hunt almost exclusively. Others switch food sources the moment hunting gets hard. That matters. But it's not the full answer, because it doesn't explain why one lineage produced giants and the other mostly didn't. For that, you have to watch how they actually hunt. A lion gets close, quietly, patiently, then turns a few explosive seconds into a kill. That favors acceleration, powerful shoulders, the ability to grab and hold something fighting back. Many canids solve the same problem differently, covering ground, following, using speed or numbers instead of raw power. Long limbs, light frames, built to travel before the kill ever happens. But even that picture has a catch. Not every cat is an ambush hunter, and not every dog runs prey into the ground. Take the African wild dog. For decades, it was the textbook endurance hunter, chasing one exhausted animal for miles until it collapsed. GPS tracking of a pack in northern Botswana showed hunts involving multiple short, high-speed chases separated by slower movement, more complicated than the simple image of one continuous marathon pursuit. You're not looking at strong cats versus endurance dogs anymore. You're looking at two different ways of spending energy. And once you see it that way, the next problem is impossible to ignore. Picture two athletes, one built for a single explosive burst, the other built to keep moving for hours. The heavier one is stronger for a few seconds, but that extra mass has to be carried the entire time the lighter one is still running. Animals face the same trade-off. As they get larger, moving that extra mass becomes more energetically expensive, and heat becomes an increasingly important constraint during intense activity. If extra mass helps you overpower something dangerous, it's worth the cost. If survival depends on covering ground efficiently, that mass becomes a debt you pay with every step. Which brings us to the biggest problem with everything you just heard. If dogs are supposedly locked out of gigantism by their own biology, what exactly was evolutionary? This wasn't simply a modern wolf scaled up. It belonged to Borophaginae and filled ecological roles that have no close modern equivalent among living canids. Evolutionary lived roughly 12 to 6 million years ago, and the Florida Museum lists it as the largest canid ever discovered. Its skull and teeth tell a different story too. Powerful jaws and massive teeth associated with the tough food and bone processing adaptations seen in giant borophagines. Everything about it, from the jaw to the build, points to a completely different kind of animal. And that's the line that changes everything. Dogs already got their shot at being giants. Evolution represented one of the largest-bodied extremes of a genuinely diverse subfamily, and its anatomy shows that the canid lineage was capable of evolving enormous body size and powerful predatory adaptations. Whatever combination of ecological changes ended that lineage, gigantism itself clearly wasn't impossible for canids. Most living canids still carry that lean, efficient build. Not because evolution decided small was better, but because it kept working under the conditions those animals actually faced. So where does that leave the cats? A lion isn't playing the same game as a wolf. Try bringing down something that outweighs you several times over. Suddenly, size becomes a major part of the strategy. Lions are capable of taking prey substantially heavier than themselves, particularly when hunting cooperatively. Size can matter in competition too, not just against prey, but against other males, though outcomes depend on more than size alone. Their ecology combines large prey, close-range attacks, social hunting, and competition with other lions. Cats didn't become giants because gigantism is inherently superior. They became giants because, in the right environment, the payoff was worth the cost. Large prey, close-range grappling, physical competition, stack those together, and a giant body stops looking like a burden. It starts looking like a weapon. But wait, Great Danes exist. Mastiffs exist. Doesn't that prove dogs can get huge after all? Yes and no. A male Great Dane typically runs 140 to 175 pounds, according to the American Kennel Club. But that size exists within a human-managed environment, one where selective breeding, food, shelter, and veterinary care can maintain traits that would face different pressures in the wild. Great Danes typically live only 7 to 10 years, with well-documented health challenges tied to their extreme size. Those trade-offs show that extreme body size comes with real biological costs that natural selection would weigh differently in a wild population. Cats aren't better predators. They're solving a different problem. Cats benefit from explosive power and close-range control. Different canids benefit from combinations of efficient locomotion, flexibility, cooperation, and opportunistic hunting. And the fossil record hands you the piece that breaks the original question completely. The canid lineage was absolutely capable of evolving enormous body size. It was never one clean advantage, not the jaw, not the size alone. The difference was the interaction between anatomy, ecology, behavior, energy, prey, competition, and evolutionary history. And that's why we were wrong. We thought the mystery was why dogs never got big. They did. We thought size alone explained the difference. It doesn't. Nobody knows if evolution will ever build another giant dog. But it already answered the question everyone thought was closed. Dogs were never too small to be giants. They just stopped needing to be.